Good morning. I'll be going through the answers for your effects of heat and its transmission. Okay, so we've already gone through all the true and false. Please check your answers for question 1, 2, and 3. We've already gone through the last few, and I'll be explaining a little bit for question 1, 2, and 3. For question 1, when a substance temperature drops, what happens to the particles? The size of the particles do not decrease. Okay, even when the temperature increases, the particle size will not change. Alright, if you need to, you can just write a note here for yourself. Particle size does not change. There's less heat energy, the particles will move slower. So this is true. The distance between the particles decreases, also true. We learn about expansion and contraction in the particulate nature of matter. So we learned that in contraction, the particles move closer together, so the space in between each particle becomes smaller. So it's true. And the particles also lose energy. In this case, it's losing heat energy and also kinetic energy as well. Okay, so the answer should be D. 2, 3, and 4 are correct. Let's look at question 2. The diagram shows two different bimetallic strips made of metals P, Q, and R. So both are heated to the same temperature. Based on the results shown above, arrange the rate of expansion of the three different metals in increasing order. So both bimetallic strips are being heated. So if we compare P and Q, we can see that Q is able to expand more than P. Okay, so maybe we can note that Q expands more than P. And in this case, P expands more than R. So we can take note that P is able to expand more than R, but less than Q. So the order should be Q expands the most, followed by P, followed by R. So that's the order that it should be. Q, P, and R. Wait, Sorry, just now my computer hung. So let me just write here for you. Q expands the most. That's why you can see that it's the largest here, followed by P. From the first diagram, we can see that Q expands more than P. From the second diagram, we can tell that P expands more than R. So, followed by R, which expands the least. So, arrange it in increasing order. That means smallest, right? The slowest expansion to the largest expansion, largest rate of expansion. So, the least will be R, followed by P, followed by Q, because Q is the most. Okay, the fastest rate of expansion. So the answer should be D for question 2. Let's go to question 3. Which of the following best explains why the electrical wires are hung loosely? To allow contraction during hot days. So when we see this, it already doesn't make sense because when it's hot, it should expand, not contract. So A is definitely not true. I'll just write no. Okay. to prevent the wires from snapping due to the effect of heat. So when it's very hot, the wires will expand, okay, and if it's pulled very tightly together, it could burst. Alright, so when it bursts, then it will break, then the wires will not be able to transmit the electrical signals anymore. Alright, so we have to create some space, hang it loosely so there's space for it to expand. Okay, because when it expands, it'll become tighter. So in this case, I'll write yes, it's true. To ensure the smooth transmission of electricity, that is not why you will hang it loose. Even if I hang it tightly, electricity will still be transmitted smoothly through the wires. So also not true. And to withstand the weight of the telephone wires better, no, that's not a reason why it's hung loosely. Okay. I think the difference in the weight would be quite negligible. Okay, so the answer should be B. To prevent it from snapping due to the effect of heat. So this is similar to the reason why if you look at pavement, sometimes you see gaps in between the tiles on the floor to provide some space for expansion of the tiles. If not, if there's no space, it will expand and then it will crack. Alright, it's a similar idea here for the electrical wires. Let me move on to section B. If you still have questions, you can just message me, okay? Section B. Complete table 1.1 by writing increase, decrease, or remain the same. So remember, mass does not change because the number of particles do not increase. It won't from 9 grams suddenly become 12 grams. It will still be 9 grams even if the object expands or contracts. So volume increases because the particles move further apart and vice versa for contraction. Density is the mass per unit volume, okay? So if you insert numerical values and you try and calculate it on your own, you'll realize that if my mass remains the same but my volume increases, my density will decrease. We learned this in chapter 7, particulate nature of matter, so please revise it if you're not sure. Next, question 2. Figure 2.1 shows a round bottom glass flask containing a liquid lowered into a beaker containing hot water bath. So we can already predict what is going to happen. Hot water will cause the liquid inside to gain heat, expand. Then I'm sure you can predict that the liquid level will increase. But they said here, why did it drop first? Okay, so we should think A, how come it drops? We expect it to increase. So the reason is because the glass will also gain the heat. So the glass will also expand. Okay, the glass of the round bottom flask will expand slightly, so you will realize that the liquid level will drop a little bit. And after that, the liquid level will continue to increase later on. Okay, so this is the answer for part A. Liquid level drops as the liquid flows down to fill up the space in the expanded glass flask. Okay, or the tube. That means here, this part, this round bottom flask, it's becoming bigger, so there's a larger capacity. It can fill more volume of the liquid. And same for the glass tube. Part B. State what will happen to the liquid level. After a while, it will increase. Because liquid will expand faster, that's why it will occupy more space, so it will be pushed upwards. Because we know that the particles in the liquid are already further apart. Okay, so when it gains more heat, it's easier for it to become further apart. predict what you observe, and an ice water bath. So the liquid level would increase first. Okay, because you will see that the flask, remember the flask, okay, will become a little bit smaller because it will contract. Then it will be able to hold less volume. So it will increase slightly, the liquid level increase slightly. Okay, then after a while, the liquid itself will lose heat energy. Then the particles will become closer and occupy a lesser volume. That's why it will decrease after a few minutes. So here you just need to tell me what you observe. You don't have to tell me why. Let's go to question 5. Swimming pool heated by solar panels. When you see the word solar panels, you know it has to do with something related to the sun. So it's heat transmission through radiation. State the method of heat transfer. Yes, radiation. Free mark here. Suggest a color. So we want a color that is able to absorb heat well. Okay, so where's the absorbing surface? There. Okay, so you see most solar panels are always dark colored, right? So it's better able to absorb the heat from the sun. Please check your answers. And explain why the water pipe is bent into the shape. So when I saw some of your answers, you were able to tell me to increase the exposed surface area is correct, of the pipe to absorb radiation from the sun. Why? They ask you to explain why, so that more heat can be absorbed. Okay, so most people only say the first point, you will forget the second point. Second point is also very important. Or you can also say to increase the time taken for water to travel through the pipe. It takes longer for the water to travel through, so the water has more time to absorb the heat. So it can also absorb more heat. Either explanation will be accepted. That's it for your worksheet. Please do your corrections. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask me. Thank you.